I think everybody loves avocados, and during this epidemic it seems that also everybody loves avocado plants. Sowing avocado seeds is super popular, but there is more at it than just putting a seed in the water. And today I will explain what and how. So to begin with the fruit itself, there are quite a few varieties. As you can see, different colors, different shapes, and probably the most popular breed is this one. This is the Hass. The Hass is a very nutty and fatty avocado, and that's what most people here like. Some of the more tropical species have bigger fruits and they are more watery and they are more for different kind of dishes. But if you like to make guacamole, for example, this is the best avocado. Well, and everybody knows the seed, and people that love to eat avocado hate it when the seed is large. But when you want to grow them, the bigger the seed, the bigger the plant. So what you do is you take the seed out and you wash it. After you washed it, it's not so good to sow it straight away because the seed is covered with a tough skin. In nature, this skin will dissolve by, for example, the impact of humidity and insects, but in your house it's usually too dry. So you have to dry the seed for sometimes a week, depends on the climate in your house, until the skin of the seed becomes a little bit papery. And when that happens, you peel the seed off, and this is especially important in the top part of the seed, because the seed itself has two halves and these halves need to open for the little sprout of the plant to emerge. So some of the parts are more difficult to remove than others, but for example like this it should do. And also at the base of the seed, that's the point where the root comes out, it's also good that you clean the seed there. If you leave some of the skin on halfway, that's fine, that doesn't really matter. Now you have the clean seed. There are two things you can do. A lot of people will put these on water. They will poke little sticks in it, they will put it in water and they will wait for the roots to come out and then a shoot will come out. You can do this if you like to see the roots to grow, but if you want a happy plant, this is not the way to do it. If you want a happy plant, you have to grow it in the soil. So here we have some potting soil and a pot. And the trick with avocado seeds is that they germinate in light. So if you cover them completely with soil, they will usually not germinate well. So you check which side of the seed is up, the pointy tip is up, and then you plant it halfway. You give it some water, and then if you live in a dry house, I suggest that you take, for example, a plastic bag, a transparent plastic bag, and you cover the pot with the seed in this and leave it in a bright spot. For example, a windowsill, not too sunny, but definitely not in the dark. Wait for usually a few weeks to, sometimes it can last up to 2 months, for the seed to crack open. And when that happens, your seed has germinated. And if you wait a little bit longer, a sprout will come out. And then from that moment you have an avocado plant. Now, a lot of people will wait for avocados to grow on this plant. This can happen. I've seen it once that someone grew his own avocados from an own sown tree, but this is quite difficult in a house. But still, this plant is not useless. For example, if you look at a few of its relatives, this is for example the bay leaf, the laurus, and this is the cinnamon. These are relatives of the avocado and they have very aromatic oils inside their tissue. And the same is true for the avocado. If you use the leaf, you can dry it or you can use it fresh. You can cook it with, for example, chili con carne or another dish where you normally would use a bay leaf, and it will give an aromatic flavor to your dish. So this way, it's a pretty plant that you can grow at home, and it's also a useful plant that you can use for your food. Okay, have fun with growing your avocado tree.